That's why I
and
held on to
Phantom
it.
Show. It's the
Panda
and Phantom Show.
Show.
Really?
I didn't say if I didn't make a noise, it would have been perfect. I had my finger on the button and everything.
What the hell, Panda?
Like, okay, I'm gonna time this perfectly, and then it didn't go off, and I had to press it again.
Oh my god, you just freaked yourself out. I don't know why that's so funny, but oh man. Oh, I needed that. Thank you.
And then we both started laughing quietly, like.
Because I know why you did it, and I'm just like, oh, she did it again. But not only did she do it again.
I swear it was Kickstarter that I bought like a year ago. Which still means I did buy it. Okay, let me see. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna get some. I can't find sticky notes for the life of me. Wait, are those? Nope, that's one. That doesn't help. That does not help, Amanda. What the hell, Panda? Nope, wait, is it behind me? This one, I'm gonna get some crockery.
Oh, you turd.
Sorry. Not
No,
sorry.
you're not.
Totally not sorry. Hey!
Oh, that's
that's
hysterical.
that is, what is it? Karma. That's totally karma.
That is 100% karma.
100% karma.
All right.
Karma
You're all done?
chameleon. Yes, it is.
Okay,
So this is our generation, Jackie.
This is our
how our
generation.
generation does
Yes.
it. This is
Hey, you know-
how
This is
younger
the,
people do it.
and then there's
Oh.
also this one. And
Would
then
you like to
I
know
think
how
this
my
one.
generation does a heart?
Oh. Yeah.
So if you ever see me do that to you, it means I love you.
Totally.
And then this is the Asian heart, right?
Yeah.
There
No,
we
no,
go.
no, no, no. What are you doing? That's the wrong piece, sir.
Is it?
It is. It's this guy.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda Panda. Oh my god. Hold on. There we go. Ah, goodness gosh. What are you doing? Okay. I think it's because of this. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Now it's fixed. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda Panda. Welcome to my channel. Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian friends out there. Hello, Kimma, number one in the chat. Hey, Mayor Canada. Happy Canada Day. Woo woo. Everyone's off. Yeah. Kima's just played Feast for Odin Norwegian's expansion. Okay. Oh, the first player tokens of Moose. That's awesome. Hello, Cosmic Beat. Welcome in. Says a lot of Canadians in here, and it's because they all have the day off. Are you all playing games? Eva Little's in the house. Hello, look at all the lovely Canadian friends. We just need Meeple Mike now, I know. But I don't know if he watches Twitch all that much. Let's see. I know. Ignore the stuff behind the wizard. Oh my goodness. James Brazil, hello friend. Thank you, Deadpan. Welcome in. Thanks for redeeming your daily paws. Let's see. Mary Candace says, my cousin brought some shoes from a drug dealer. Don't know what to lace them with, but my cousin was tripping all day. Ah, dad joke. Congratulations, you got me. That's hilarious. I know, where is Foglight? That's true. Where is Foglight? Oh man, Mary Cannon going with the. Oh no, the pew pews not working. We're gonna fix the pew pews for y'all. It is my blurps. Let's see, blurps. There it is. I think I need to just sign in. Log in to the blurps, and then we will get you your pew pews. Okay. So now, hopefully, play this.
Pew pew pew.
Did that work?
Pew pew.
There you go. There's your pew pews. They're all outside. Outside of what? What's that? Says Kim. Kim, go touch some grass. But yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. I know you were waiting, for the stream. Luckily, we got everything fixed. I have a lot of things to show y'all, and I'm excited to talk about the cons that I've been to lately. So I went to LFG Con, which is a new local con to me. And then I went to Origins for the second time. And then I went to let's see. And then next month. No, end of this month. I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con and Gen Con. So a lot to do, a lot's happening. Suitably confused, happy Tuesday to you as well. Are y'all gonna play anything fun? Oh, they're talking about the outside with the sun. It is slideshow time, it is. We can either touch grass or watch the stream. You choose. We choose you over outside. Oh, thank you so much, Eva. Technically, you could be outside watching, so... Mary Cannon says, was Origins 50th a huge crowd or still manageable? Very manageable. I have to say that Origins seemed like there's less people at Origins than PAX Unplugged. It seems smaller than in PAX Unplugged. I thought it was going to be as big as PAX Unplugged, so I was shocked. There was a lot less exhibitors and big companies that were there. And every day, even Saturday, I can walk through the hall and put my arms out and not touch anyone. It was kind of crazy. So yeah, it was very manageable. Origins is very manageable. It feels like a small con, it feels like a local con where you can play games with your friends. But with a big con look, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to describe it. The exhibit hall is big enough that it's big enough that you'll have a lot to choose from. It's small enough that you can walk through it in a day and then go back and pick your stuff, which is the size I like. So I like the size of Origins. I have to say the open play area is a bit small. They really filled it up with more demos than open plays. But it felt a little cramped because it was all in the back and it was kind of small compared to everything else, or compared to the whole hall. But yeah, I like Origins. I like PAX Unplugged. Origins was a little bit... It felt like what I really enjoyed about PAX Unplugged. Where you got to see everyone, you got to play games with people, you got to walk the hall all in one day. But not everyone was at Origins. Usually a lot of people that I know are going to PAX Unplugged. And that's where I see my East Coast friends as well. So, it's an interesting mix. Kimma says, I'm the grumpy old lady sitting there going, them kids and their explosive, colorful, loud noises. Fireworks. Yeah. I think now everyone's really changing to drones because of our fire danger, so... So you're a bit confused with thinking about going to Canada Day things, but people and heat. Ugh. Well, happy Canada Day. I hope you have fun inside. Mary Canada says, the Columbus, Ohio Convention Center is huge enough. Did you get the North Market for the excellent chicken? I did. I didn't eat the chicken. What's the excellent chicken in the North Market? Oh, wait, no, the fried chicken? I did eat that. I ate that with the Olympian one day. So that was good. Did like the North Market. It was construction in front of it, so you had to kind of walk around, which wasn't too bad. It was raining though. There was one day where it literally poured. And I was shocked. I was inside. I was looking. I was like, it is pouring, and then the rain was going in sideways. It was kind of crazy. Luckily, I didn't have to walk out for food for that. But yeah. And then it would cool down. But then it's humid. But yeah, it's still good. Let's see. Hello, Legends! What have you been playing? I know you've been playing a lot of games, Legends, so let us know. Oh, man. Mary Cannon loves the rain. But not rain 24/7. I don't mind downpours. I don't like I guess I don't know. Hawaiian like sprinkles is pretty nice because it's warm and then you're already humid, but like I don't know if I want it to be constantly like sprinkles in the air. Kima says, "Oh, that's smart. I would enjoy that a lot better. I almost lost a leg to fireworks. Did I get a little bummed from poorly executed fireworks? So I did not like them. Yeah, I don't like neighborhood fireworks. So in Alabama, we had neighborhood fireworks. People get hurt all the time. You know, the boys would shoot the bottle rockets at each other and make homemade launchers with PVC pipe and all that, and that's very, very dangerous. But I don't mind like the big fireworks, you know, shows that a city puts out because usually they hire someone good. But with all the fires in California, I am glad that they're switching to drone shows. I do hope that more switch to drone shows. But it's something about the pop and the lights that, you know, that isn't really the same with the drone show. Oh no, Kima says, yeah, someone poorly executed fireworks and it flew into the ground. That's not good. It was weird last weekend I had fireworks in my neighborhood and I'm like, what the hell? Very scary. And also I feel bad for all the puppies and kitties that get scared and stuff. Plus we have animals. We have wild animals, so yeah. Okay, so I think y'all last time wanted me to talk about Origins first. So we will talk about Origins first. That's on LFG Con right now, but yeah. Eva says, I'm fine with the whiz and the pops. I hate the bangs. I used to hate the bangs. I used to not like fireworks at all. I would watch with my ears plugged. But now I like it. Oh no, your dog ran away. Took us 8 hours to find her. Oh no, stayed up all night to find her. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to help your puppies and your kittens. Like, you know, thunder shirts, like muffle their ears, put on some white noise, close all the windows and blinds so that they don't see all the flashing lights. You know, like go somewhere quieter, make sure your tags, you know, everything is up to date just in case the dog gets lost or the pet gets lost and they can be found again. But yeah, it's a kind of whole big thing during fireworks season, so I'm gonna move you up here. But yeah, so Origins. I went there with placeholder games, and because I was representing Tabletop After Dark to help get more streamers and more sponsors. So thank you to Tabletop After Dark for paying for me to get there and my badge and everything. Legend says maybe the fireworks in your neighborhood was celebrating that Amanda Panda is back from Origins. Maybe, Legends. Maybe. What did you play lately? Everyone, what are y'all playing on the holiday season? This weekend for America, it is 4th of July. I am gonna meet up with friends. So I have a friend meetup, so I'm excited. I haven't seen her in a while. You know Ruby. So why are you crying over Rats of Wistar? They came up very kindly, taught me and Book and Nerds Rats of Wistar over BGA yesterday. Why are you crying though? I think you were winning, weren't you? Legend says recent played Astro Knights, The Quick and the Undead, The Art Project. I still want to play The Art Project. Cutthroat Ninja and Marvel Remix Castle Combo. Nice. Seaside. Heard good things about that. And Magic the Gathering. That is awesome. I always love that Legends play so much. I'm in awe and jealous. Kima says because it glitched. I know, BGA glitched. Rats of Wistar on BGA is not the best. I always, when I'm on plays, love to look outside the window and take pictures of the clouds. So these are nice fluffy clouds. I always also marvel at the shadows that they put on the ground. I don't know. I like the patterns and stuff. First thing I saw when I left the plane was Zev from Play to Z and Bonacore, who also I think owns part of Play to Z. And then I met up with Rodney Smith as I was running to catch my Uber. So this is 1, This is part 1 of of finding Rodney. So yeah. Legend says that was my past Saturday games I played. Nice. I played Mahjong. So yeah. And if you didn't see, I was playing 2 tables at the same time, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I do have to say, spoiler alert, I never got a game in with Rodney. I never got to, you know, hang out really. We just saw each other on the floor, said hi, took a picture, and ran off. Yeah, but finding Rodney, is Rodney the Waldo of cons? For me, it was. And I joked with him that I was gonna put up like a "Where's Rodney" post on, and he's like, "Don't do that. I would hate that." I'm like, okay, I won't do that. I was just joking, but yes, that is my own personal game, not for you all to play. But yes, I met up with Jamie Daggers because we were rooming together. We were sharing a Airbnb house, and Jamie drove up with Cardboard Time and their lovely partner Allie. So Arwen and Allie. So it was awesome. And then I found out that TSA broke both my locks, even though they're TSA approved locks. One of them does not lock anymore. So I'm like, oh great. So on the way home, I used zip ties. So I'm gonna have to use zip ties or rings or something to keep them closed. So yeah, so that was not great. And it was like a suitcase within a suitcase, and there was like little to nothing in there. So I guess they were wondering why I was doing it, not realizing I was going into a con and buying stuff. So yeah, didn't like that. This is Jamie Daggers' setup, which I thought was really cool. She has this whole kit that comes with a light and everything that you can plug into the wall, and I was like, that is amazing. Had to take a picture of it. And our first meal was DiCarlo's original pizza, which was kind of weird in that it's not completely cooked. Like they cooked the crust and the sauce, cook that completely. The crust is nice and crunchy, and then they put the cheese and the pepperoni on top without cooking it. So the cheese melts in with the heat, which is fine, right? But the pepperoni is not cooked at all. It's really weird. Yes, Jamie Dagger's portable setup is awesome. Yeah, I was in awe. That was really, really cool. But yeah, so this is Arwen's choice, and we had to do it. We did not go to the Brazilian steakhouse over by Nationwide. Didn't even know about it, so nope, did not get to go. Okay, so that was DiCarlo's. This is how they do it. It's an Ohio Valley pizza, where the pepperoni and the provolone is unmelted on hot pizza slices, and you can get it where it's like all the toppings are on the side, and you place it on yourself. A lot of people were saying it is your adult, what is it? The Lunchables, and I was like, well, so are charcuterie boards, so. We even had to set up our own tables and chairs. It was just funny. But see, like, the pepperoni's not cooked, but it was still good. I liked it. I liked that it was, the cheese was kind of raw tasting, but melty. Yes, Kima, don't say anything. Reggie, hello, Roland, Reggie. Super confused is super confused. He says, I understand trying to be unique, but don't ruin a pizza. Mary Kenneth is gonna try to make Origins 2026. I can take you to the Brazilian steakhouse. That'd be awesome, but I don't know if I will be at Origins 2026. It depends on if someone will sponsor me to go. Team RLK, Roland, Reggie, Kima, and Legends is in the house. That's right. That's right. Reggie says, I saw real life pandas at the San Diego Zoo. Wait, when did you go to the San Diego Zoo? Why were you there when I'm close enough I could drive to you? I still haven't seen the new pandas at the San Diego Zoo. I will be going to San Diego Comic-Con at the end of the month. But I don't think we'll have time to go to the San Diego Zoo. I'm barely having time to go meet up with friends. So yeah, there we go. I will be working with Tate for Sunrise Tornado for demoing their games. But yeah, so that was the pizza. Our first meal. And then because Pride was the weekend before Origins, there was a lot of love, Pride stuff, which I absolutely love. And of course we had to go to Jenny's. to try some of their new flavors. I didn't mind the pink bubblegum. The root beer was good. Definitely root beer. And the s'mores was good, is what friends said. So this is the first Jenny's, where we ate. The line, surprisingly, was never long every time I saw it. Usually at Origins, Jenny's lines are extremely long. Plus, we had another convention at the convention center about the American Meat Association, or Beef Association. And so that added to the people at Jenny's, but every time I've been, the line was not long, and I am shocked. I was surprised. Legend says, Rel and Reggie, I recently watched your Shelf of Shame parody. I recommend chat to watch it. Well, put the link in the chat. I think you have access to do that. Mary Candace says, Jenny inside the North Market, good stuff. Yes. Now that one had more of a line. I like the one outside of the North Market, though. Emma says, as long as they have no beef with Jenny's. Bump, bump. Good job, good job. There's the four of us with our Jennies. And then, the restoration game team, came in and also had Jennies as well. And, there's some more Pride stuff. This is, I was having breakfast with Olympian and the placeholder team, and I saw, Rodney walking by with Jamie, and I ran out and said, Rodney! And took a picture. So yeah, so we saw Rodney for the second time. He had just finished breakfast and was going to check out a record store, which was really cool. Mary Cannon says, if you go out to the convention center, turn right down High Street. There's both another Jenny's and a Shake Shack. Yes. Yes. Yep, that was Olympian. Mary Candid, did you take a picture with the Arnold statue in front of the... No. That was just weird to me. I did not take a picture with the Arnold statue. I did see it. I did see a lot of people take pictures with him, but I personally did not take a picture with him. I'm fine. He was our mayor. Not gonna say anything. But yeah, so this is day 0, Wednesday. We're set up. There is the beautiful Escadelia, and Nicole, who is now the president of Gamma. And of course, Daniel Reynolds. And there's Tom, from CGE. I was so happy to see him there. It was a nice surprise. He battled cancer for the second time and is recovering. And it's so good that he is well enough to come. And we have all these lovely friends that I saw as I was walking around in Origins. And of course I had to have some selfies with the Origins people. And then the Tabletop Gamers and the Pride Gamers of Columbus were both at Origins, which is pretty cool. And I took a picture of this because I did the Kickstarter video for OFPG for Witch's Quarrel and got to meet him, which was nice. And there's the Pub area. And Origins is really weird in that they're what do you call it? The way they, like, the upstairs are not connected to each other. You always have to go downstairs and then walk around and then go to the next upstairs. It was weird. And then we had some homemade cookies. There's the placeholder games, folks. And their t-shirts for their game Crime Guys. That's coming to Kickstarter soon. A fun polyomino game where you are the crime lord, you know, organizing your gangs, your different gangs. And, you know, there's some gangs have rivalry, so you have to keep them apart. And you have to watch out for raids from the police, you know, and try to get the most loot. So, yeah. Legends, did you say Stephen Bonacore? Yes, you saw Stephen Bonacore. Mary Cannon says, by the way, at both Origins and Gen Con, they have a deal where you buy some metal mug and you can refill it with soda, but you have repurchased the mug every year, so would not recommend. No. I have that mug. You do not have to repurchase the mug every year. You bring the mug from whatever year you want, and you pay $10 for free refills all day long, including ice. So no, you do not have to repurchase the mug every year. I definitely did not, and a lot of people brought their mugs from home, so yeah. Yeah, Legends. These guys. No, the other Steven. Now I don't know. Kiva says that's awesome. I remember them streaming game design. It's been a long time in development. Yes, and they were selling their game. Aha. They were selling their game Campfire, which is their version of Gin Rummy, their home version of Gin Rummy. So, I was also helping that a little bit too. The Steven that is friends with the lady that used to stream for CGE. Oh. Ray's friend Steven? I don't know which one that is. But yes. This is Heather from who designed and did the art for Epistocracy. I did a stream with her. This is her booth, completely cardboard, which I absolutely love. She has a new game in the works, so showing that off and also doing some beading work. And me and Taco Maniac did our own little keychains at the end of the show. And then I bought, so you know how like this is my you can't see, but someone had a what do you call it? You'll see a better picture of this, but they had a little tiny version of all the badge ribbons for my little doll, so I had to buy one just for the panda. So the panda has badge ribbons, I have badge ribbons. It's so much fun. I love it. And Emily, I do believe, from IPP, the Incorrigible Potty Podcast, was there, so you'll see. Not Ray, the lady that took Ray's place. Okay, don't remember. Yeah. There is Kurt from Smirk and Dagger. This was the dice that they had. I didn't really get it because I don't really use a lot of dice, so but it was very cute. And then this was the Juneteenth pin that you could get that actually supported the Rose Gauntlet Foundation, which is why I took a picture of that. So this is Campfire. And he bought a little like toy campfire. It was so cute. They did such a good job. And the artist was there. She was awesome. And stayed with me and Jamie. And then this is Crime Guys. As you can see, it's a polyomino game. You're gonna buy the shapes, which are your gangs, and you place them in there, and you have enforcers that can, you know, protect different districts and stuff. So, Megan, there you go. Megan is the streamer that replaced Ray at, I do believe, CGE. Yeah. Yes, so this is Games Mama, who very kindly, I can't believe I didn't show it to you yesterday, but look what she made me. She made me some. It's a keychain 3D printed with panda buns in it that turn, like the panda buns turn, and I can technically, like, pull them off and put different heads in there, buns in there, but it is so cute, so I'm very grateful to Games Mama for that. Have a good lurk, Trombone Dalek. Thank you so much for being here. Legend says the lady that took Ray's place had a cat named Bonnie. She used to stream with 2 guys on Twitch. I thought the picture she showed. Yes, Megan. Ah, got it. Eva says, I need to see where she got that file. We ask her. She's quite nice about it. But I'm thinking that this will be my extra life this year. Is that if I'll pay her to print these out for me, and then I will send them out. But then we can have different heads. Not just pandas. So yeah. Yeah. Cosmic Ben, not confused with Cosmic Pete. That's true. That is Cosmic Ben, not confused with Cosmic Pete, who is also working at a booth. And Escadelia again. So yeah. And then this is that was, oh god, from Reina's Discord. I just said item, and now I'm blanking on his name. But anyways, the first game we played was Anomia. Wait, no, this is later. I think this is out of order. This is one of the last games we played, maybe. No, it's one of the first games we played because we had dirty jokes and talked about. But yes, I don't know if I like Anomia, honestly, because there was a lot of. Oh, wait, I had to read, and yeah, my brain's not there. Did I catch pneumonia from anomia? No, thank God. I did buy, I showed it off, I bought Rummy Gummies because of this big old gummy bear that I took a picture with. And we played it, I played it with Meeple Lady. So, very cute, light game. This is the designer. And got to, you know, Peter Hayward, got to bump into him quite a few times. He always had a group of designers with him at all times. It was funny. And then, of course, we have content creators creating content. There's Meeple Lady right there. And this is, we played Panda Panda. There's a panda. Yes. And this is the open gaming area at the very back of the hall. There's Heather from Pastagrassi. And then I saw this big one. I wanted to play it. This is a giant version of the game, so I wanted to try it sometimes. Busy. Yes, he's feeling so blue because he's wearing blue. I'm confused. This is the main street outside of the convention center, and it was nice because it was like rainy and it changed colors and stuff. So, and then this is Emily. I'm blinking, but yes, this is the. Wait, can I flip this? I don't want to rotate it. I cannot flip it, huh? Here we go. How do I rotate this? No, that's editing. Nope. I don't know how to edit this. Okay. Anyways. We'll go back. Okay. Pink Hawk Games, yes. Emily Vincent. I was right. Yay. Thank you, Kimma. Who was working with the lovely woman behind Diatoms, which I played on my stream as well. And there is the Witch's Quarrel booth, and there is the designer, and I met this guy who was doing some content creation. I'm like, oh, I wanted to get in touch with him. I got his card and stuff, so we're now following each other. I want to support him. And then, of course, Alex, and this I took a picture of one of the special guests, Sophie, taking a picture with her sign. I thought that was hilarious, but that's just me. And then we have, gosh, what's his face? I keep on calling him the wrong name. It's not Nayobari. It is. I keep on calling him Nayobari, but it's not Nayobari. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm so blanking. I apologize. I know who you are. My brain won't give me your name. And of course, Alone Shark and Taco Maniac. There's some nice dice and stickers. Can y'all tell me? Kimma says, I think we can come to a conclusion. Man, I met too many people. I know. You need to make sure your photos have badges on it so you can zoom in on the name. I know, but that's his real name, not his the name that he goes by on what do you call it? On the socials. I know it too, though. It's gonna come to me, I'm gonna be so mad. But yeah. I bought a sticker that said something like but tiny but stabby or something like that. Yeah, the username. I saw this. I got to play this with Taco Maniac and Robert from Arcade Wonders. This is a fun one. This cat tower is kind of like Rhino Heroes Super Battle, but slightly more complex, which I thought was really cool. I hope they come out with a giant version, is all I'm saying. But it has cats, so it makes it better. I was able to play test this one, If Then, which is the one I talked to you about the stream of, you know, that this, I know you don't. It's very similar to If Then. But If Then is a little bit more complex because you can have multiple rules that you're trying to follow. While I know you don't only has one rule that you're trying to figure out and you're trying to follow and you're trying to get rid of all your hand. While If Then is more of a cooperative game. And I know you don't is not cooperative. Which is kind of cool. And this one I do believe is coming from the same designer as Hughes and Q's. Scott Brady. My brain had to go to Nicole, his wife, and then I could remember his name. It's so weird. My brain's so weird. But yeah, that was really fun. And then I played Buffet Boss for the first time, a little dexterity game. Very cute. And then I want to play Biome. I don't know if I have Biome. I thought I had Biome. But I might not have Biome, but I want to play it. And then we have the Galaxy Cruise guys, and of course Chris, the charity board gamer who's working with 25th Century, and there is Justin, who also was working with there. And then I got to meet Game Toppers guy, which was nice. And this is us playing the Cat Tower game. And as you can see, you have to place. You'll sometimes place one cat, but there might be multiple cats on the tower and stuff. And then this is Helena from Kids Table Board Gaming with Bree from Arcane Wonders, all the friends. So the cat tower, see, it's not like each of the walls is a different shape. So you need to balance them, and it's so fun. Yes, that was Bree. And yeah, this is Robert from the face of Arcane Wonders, who's really, and there's Taco, who's placing a lot. We're like all standing away. And Mayor Cannon, I think that's the cup that you were talking about. Wild Bills. You do not have to buy it every year. You can bring an old cup and pay $10 to refill for the whole day, which is worth it because each drink like $5, right? And you can do it multiple times. But yeah, so that one. It is. I got the Rainbow Cup. You cannot. Rainbow Cup and the lids always sell out at PAX Unplugged and Gen Con like that. And so the only time I was able to get it was at Origins because there was no line. I was surprised. So yeah. And then there's everyone demoing the games. There's Jamie Daggers actually painting at our booth for Tabletop After Dark, which was lovely. And then I got to try Loom. I hope to be able to get a review copy and show you all and work with the company a little bit more because I really like their games. They're kind of cool. There's 3 games that they currently have. This is Neom. Okay, so I took a picture of this because I was influenced by Taco and Lone Shark, and I already told you about that. So yeah. It's like shiny Pokemon. There's only so many of them. That's right, Kima. What? This one was Pina Coladas. And of course Taco beat us. But you're rolling dice to place your little people on the different cards, and you're trying to get 4 in a row, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. And you're trying to block other people as well. I could not roll. The dice did not like me at all. There's Danielle signing the promos for her game, Caution Signs. So she says she's the wild one, and Scott Brady, the co-designer, is the villain, so we got them to sign it that way. And then this is the first of, of the pictures of, oh gosh, what's the game called? Bezier worked with Panda Manufacturing, and they put almost all of the Panda Manufacturing games into this game. And I know there's another game called Tabletop Inc., but that's totally different from this game. And so this one is interesting in that it has the rotating center. Did I put a picture? Yeah. So the center rotates like in Fromage, so that you'll have a different set of action you have available to you. And you are, making the factory line to make the games. You need workers. You're going to need parts for games like dice and cards and meeples and stuff. And you're going up tracks, and I got to play like 1/4 of a game, and it was quite interesting. And they have Panda meeples because it's Panda Manufacturing. So it's very interesting how they did it. I really want to play a full game of this. This is of course a prototype with 3D printing, but I think it'll be cool with the different parts as well. They're hoping to keep it like this, where the center is one big thing that you never have to take apart, and then there should be a cover so that everything stays and you don't. It's easy, quick and easy setup. Gosh, I didn't put a picture of the name. I was thinking this is on crowdfunding recently. No, I think it's on crowdfunding soon. I don't think it's on recently. Oh no, it might be on Kickstarter right now because there is little Kickstarter link right over there. But yeah. What is the name of the game? So go back, we scanned the QR code. I don't think it will scan though. Oh, there we go. 300 plus real games from 100 real publishers. Join us on Kickstarter. Let's see if I can scan the QR code. I don't think I can. That'd be funny if I could. Oh, I can! That's hilarious. Don't replace the QR code. Okay. It's called Game Makers. It is not on yet. It's called the Game Makers instead of Tabletop Inc. Tabletop Inc. was the previous one. So yeah. And then I got to play Tacta at the Meeple Miniature Market booth, and they gave us a 2-player demo copy where you're basically laying out cards, covering them in certain ways to get the most points by getting the certain number of dots equal to what's in the center, but you're blocking each other. It's very mean, but strategic, so it's kind of cool. I wonder how the 4-player game really plays. And there's beautiful Jamie daggers at the Tabletop After Dark booth. So she was painting a mini that she started like literally that, you know, when the con started, and she won 2nd place, which is amazing. And then we have a wearable. Okay, so I forgot to show you, but I got the game License to Grill. So I'm gonna be doing a review of that one, or I'll be playing and showing that one off. They were very kind to send me one, or send me home with one, and then this is, oh gosh, I forgot the name of this booth. But they're doing a lot of card games, and it's the Panda. They have Panda Royale, that group. What is the name? Oh my god. I'm trying to look at Panda Royale on my shelf, but I took it and put it in a bag somewhere to take with me. But there's a loan shark. Taking a picture of her, a loan shark sticker. I now have my business card up there. Oh my gosh. Mary Canna says, there should be some devil-themed board game and people who learn the game are getting a that's funny. Eva says, I love Jamie, apothecary case for screaming and painting. I know, right? American has a license to grill. Kima says, wow, amazing. She's an expert at speed paint. I know, right? I like that nothing more dull than watching streams of mini painting, spending a month on the same mini. It's not dull, though. A lot of people really like it and see how it comes out, you know? I have to show you. I got to take a picture. I got to take a class with Jamie. I got to take one of Jamie's classes because not a lot of people signed up and there was extra chairs. So me and Kestrel went, and I'll show you the mini when that picture comes up because I didn't take a picture of it though. Literally watching paint. I know. There's Mystic Manor, which I was interested in. Oh, it's Last Light. Last Light is this booth. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did the Chameleon and First Fish, which I played on stream. But yeah, this is some of their newer ones. Mystic Manor is a roll and write. That's actually a stamp and stamp and go. I don't know how to say it. But each page you actually stamp on it, so it's kind of a legacy game coming this fall. And then we played we played Cascadia Junior because Charlotte has not played. This music is Final Fantasy, I think. Yep. Zelda Legendary. Punch and play. You're stamping. I don't know. Anyways, the library for Origins was really weird just because they doxed me. Like, they wanted... I understand getting your driver's license, but don't show everyone my driver's license. Just show me and make sure it's me But don't go like this in front of everyone and show everyone my driver's license and all my information, please. That's the only thing I did not like about the library, is that it doxed me. And I was like, don't dox me. But yeah, we played Cascadia Jr. And it was cute. I taught him. That was my second time playing. And then we played, everyone look at this driver. I know, they literally showed my, you know, it has your address, it has your birthday, it has like everything on it. Which I was like, ugh. I didn't want everyone to see that, so. This game is... Did I have a picture of the box? I did not. There's Evan Anderson. Let me find it for you. But they literally... I was standing up, so she literally puts it at my eye level, and it was a thing. It was a thing. I was not happy. I did not go back and check out into the game. That is, I think, Cathedral. Let me just double check. That's Middle Ages. This game is Middle Ages. You're drafting these tiles onto your board, and they have all different scoring, and you're stealing coins from each other, and you're trying to get combos that work well with each other to get the most points. It's really interesting. Yeah, there's Ammon Anderson. Time for Middle Age Crisis, yeah. Oh man. Love it. Yeah, it's a good tableau builder. That Middle Ages is a fun and quick one. It really is. But I will have to say, you will get a little mean in it. You will steal coins from each other. This is the Balloon Arch and, of course, the Catan sheep from the Tabletop Gamers wonderful meetup. So that was really fun. And it was sponsored by Catan. And this is Seppi and his partner, who were there not as a booth, but they were doing demos at a table. And they had some really nice drinks, alcoholic drinks that they made up, which was really cool. Ouch. I'm having stuff. I'm gonna do something. Okay. Ooh. It's gross, I'm not gonna show you. But I scraped my knee. And now... It was giving me itchies, so... Sorry. I was distracted. Anyways. There's Donna, who is one of the people from Catan who helped sponsor the event. Yes, they were. They were able to serve alcohol at the event. You got a choice of 2 cocktails, one with glitter and one without, and you got a choice of 2 beers. And excuse my thumb in the frame because I am still not used to my new phone. So, yeah. Yeah, I just scraped my knee. It's a big scrape. There's Danielle. Oh, look at Charlotte's side eye. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't even look at that. She's like, how dare you take a picture of me? That's so funny. And then they both signed the promo, so I got a picture of them with me. Yeah. This is Rob from our Realms company. Yeah. How dare. There's me on the sheet. Very cute. And this is the Tabletop Gamers board. Doing their thing. And there's again. Some lovely friends. I did get to ride the Catan sheep. They encouraged riding the Catan sheep, so... This is the spread. They had some fruit, some nice sliders. And then they had gay donuts, which were very yummy, actually. And then we had a drag queen who gave us a little show, and we did bingo with her, which was really fun. And, you won stuff if you won the bingo, like Catan bags, games of the new version of Catan with all wooden, no plastic in it, which was cool. Yeah. Julie from Van Ryder, and Taco winning a game of Catan, and this is one of the photographers for tabletop gamers. I was so short, he was so tall that he didn't need to lift his camera. It was just like right here. His camera fit right here above my head. So we took a little fun picture of that. And then they had, they do their badge ribbons and Catan badge ribbons and pins, and you could do temporary tattoos, which was fun. Because there were so many donuts left over, I helped tie up some donuts for Charlotte and Lone Shark. There's my little nice bundle. And then we went out and played Zoo King that Charlotte bought because it said Dippin' Dots on it, and then it had animals, and then she flipped it over and had a red panda. And guess what? It had a panda. So now I have to go find a copy of this. Yeah. Oh, American, I'm not gonna write that. I'm not gonna say that, but that's funny. And then we played Double Match, which I actually don't remember at all. Don't know why. Oh no, you had to do it. You had to place a card. You had to place a card if it was all the same number in a row, column, or diagonal, or a 1, 2, 3, and you're trying to get rid of all your hands. And then we played Nana Toridori, which I showed off earlier. I bought too many games from Grand Gamers Guild, but they had a lot of fun games, so yeah. Fun fact, the lighter was invented before matches. Really? Really? I'm shocked. Really? Okay, no, I don't believe it. But anyways, some of the booths that I saw, over there. This one booth was completely historical games that taught you stuff. I was like, that's pretty cool. Grand Gamers Guild, evil. Oh no, yes, exactly. Because they made me buy stuff, so. This is games coming from All Play. And I'll be showing off Llama Llama and Terrible Quest. And Soda Jerk is one by Chris Yee. And yeah, they have a lot of fun ones coming soon. And I think you're gonna see Twinkle Twinkle from, I think, Ammon at Gen Con. So that'd be cool. Yes! Ammon's Gen Con, yep. And there's Soda Jerk, but I thought it was pretty fun. So I got to see a bunch of that. This is from Hachette, I do believe. Tag team, where you're, 1v1, coming from to Gen Con. And then The Witcher, the game, is coming soon as well. So if you like The Witcher, there's going to be a card game. And then I got the Mookie, this beautiful Mookie Island game with beautiful shiny cards, perfect for kids and people who like just shiny cards, 2-player. And this is Nikki from Hachette, who's now in Hachette, was at Flat Hat. And then Kids Table Board Gaming had Nana Toridori with the squishable penguins, which was cute. This guy was actually sculpting a cake live at the con, which was crazy. Kima says, yeah, I'm gonna pre-order that for my husband. He loves Quart and loves Witcher. Yes, pre-order The Witcher for sure. It was previous card game within the video game. Oh, that's cool. Didn't realize that. And then some Rainbow Quest. This is a book of games you can play with a deck of poker cards about Pacific Northwest, and then the designer's gonna do one about card games set in Texas, and hopefully they'll do one for Campfire as well. And then this is one company that I don't really know a lot about. Oust Games, I think. Oh no, this is a different company. This is the one Cosmic Ben was working at. Forgot the name. Everyone's having fun. This is the celebrities. And then they had this giant train with all these miniatures on the other side, which I thought was pretty cool. Marcy, I think? Yes. And then this is the Asmodee media event, where we got to play a little bit of Fate of Fellowship, which was kind of fun because everyone played a couple rounds, and then the next group played a couple rounds. Like, they didn't reset every time, so we were helping each other. It was kind of funny. And then, if you didn't know, There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale is coming. It's a roll and write, which I really enjoyed. I got to play at BGG Spring. And then this is another kind of, it's a cooperative kind of deduction game called Take Time, where the clock faces, that's where like 0, and then you have to go from 1 to higher, and then some of the spaces say you can only play 1 card, or you can only, the sum of the cards that are here is 20 to 30, and it's kind of like the game, but you're going around a circle. You're not going on one stack, so you're playing 1 card each person face down, and then once everyone played all their cards, you flip it over to see if you did it, where it goes from 1 to higher and higher and higher counts, and you have to match the rules. So it's really, yeah. Kimma says, I really like the art of this. Yes. It was really fun. We got through almost the whole, like, first chapter. There's multiple chapters of this. And then Seven Wonders, the roll and write game, is coming soon. Seven Wonders Dice. I did not get to play it too much, but it seemed easier than Seven Wonders in a way, because the resources, you only needed to get it once, and it applied for different spaces. And then Battle of Hoth, which is, I forgot what game system this is based off of, but I didn't play this one. It's not one of the games I would have chosen. And then, of course, Stitch 626. The fix for 626 is a love letter, but with Stitch themed, and you can play 2 players, which was not bad. Does not take much to be easier than Seven Wonders. I guess so. You're right, Eva. You're right. And then this is the little package that Asmodee sent us home with, which was very nice of them. And I showed that off last time. And there's the Seven Wonders dice. And then I got to play Hedge Mage with Charlotte and Taco, because Seppi is helping Floodgate out with their advertising. So, and R1 was there, and they, yeah. I lost. I completely lost. So yeah, this was a fun one. I think it's going to Kickstarter a backer soon, because I saw a little email about that. And then we have a SETI expansion that I got to play test that's coming out soon from CG. Excited for that. I have not heard of Whisperwood, but that's another one from CGE. And of course their new Codenames version. It was really cool that they took, because they had the app, right? The Codenames app, and they took information from that app to make the physical game better. So they took where if a word always only got 1 clue, like a 1 number clue, because it was hard to combo it with other words, they took those out of the new Codenames. And they put words in that was better, which is so cool. Eva almost bought SETI this weekend. It's so good, Eva! I really enjoy it. Games Mama even very kindly printed a insert for me for SETI, but yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and the new expansion for SETI really does, I think, helps like with the first round, because you start with resources instead of starting the first round with no resources. So yeah, I know, Eva. I know. And then this is the Origins Awards. They had a live string instrument playing and charcuteries and yummy goods. And then these were for those who played bingo and won. So these were donated by different companies, and I got to sit with the CGE crew and some of the other judges and stuff. And this is our host. And some other lovely humans. This is afterwards. The Kestrel came in, and we played Zoo King again. It was a crazy charcuterie board. Okay, the only thing with this charcuterie board, Kima, is that there's no crackers. This is like carrots, and there is nuts, and there's broccoli, and there's spinach, and there's cheese and fruit like normal, and there's cauliflower, but there's no crackers. I was like, where's my crackers? Yeah, so I was like weirded out a little bit by that. So this is after the awards, and then this is the next day, and I really am interested in vines and flowers. This looks really cool. Ava says no bread product elsewhere on the table. Nope, we had cookies and brownies. That's it. But this vines and flowers coming to Kickstarter soon gives you like this 3D effect of like growing and placing your tiles to complete different flowers and get points and stuff. And I didn't realize that the company is actually based in LA, so that was pretty cool. Kima says maybe they were trying to be gluten-free. That's fine, but put the bread separately, you know? Eva got Shackleton base instead of SETI, which is also a good game. I haven't played it yet. I'm hoping to play it. It's from Pandasaurus, but we'll see if I can get a copy of it for review. But I did get some games from this company. I didn't get this one, even though it has a panda in it, because it's very mean game. See, there's the panda. But I did get some other ones. And then I was looking at, they had some recipe books in this tea company called Tea Absinthe. I got a little green tea sample set, so I'm excited to try that. I also got some samples for friends, and that was where I got the little cat tea spoons from. Now I can't find them. They're on my desk somewhere. And then this is the World of Trash. This is if you are on Bonza's streams, you know Sergio comes in, and this is his partner, and there's a bunch of, you know, possums and raccoons and stuff, and I loved it. It's so cool. And then from Thunderworks, Keith from Thunderworks, and then this is more of that game, and this is the next game from Heather, and then we have some incorrigible podcast people, and there's my last time I saw Rodney, and I then showed Alone Shark and Taco to Rodney, who he got a cookie and stuff. It was funny because, as you can see, he's not in Plaid, so he's really going incognito that day, and he was so incognito that he saw Alone Shark and Charlotte and Kestrel walking at some point, and he yelled at them that the cookie was really good, and they're like, "Who is this guy?" And it was Rodney, but he was not wearing plaid. They did not recognize him, which I thought was hilarious. Very incognito. And then I saw some corgi butts. So I met with Paul, who is representing this new game, new company, and I showed y'all Foolish Fools. So these two Foolish Fools and First Class Letters is their party games. Then Venture Angels and Corgi Pile Up are kind of their family weight, and Trinkle Trove and No Loose End are their strategic games, which I was very interested in. They all looked really fun, but I didn't really get to play them. And then Charlotte and Lone Shark were playing Warm Up, a very old game with some friends, where basically you're kind of choosing how many of the little segments to move, but if you match someone else, you both don't move. So interesting, very interesting. Hello, Matthew Poco. Happy Candidate Day to you and Shanana Rayner. Are y'all doing anything fun on your day off? Or your long weekend? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going over some pictures from Origins. As you can see, we have content creators making content. And more content creators making content. I think Alone Shark took a picture of me taking a picture of Ascadilla, who was filming. Yes. You're doing laundry! Oh, that's a great time to do laundry. But yeah. I got to sneak peek of the next codename IP that's coming up. I can't say anything, but it's interesting. There's the SETI again. And then we have Emily. I got to join them for a playtest of not Good Kitties, but this is a different game. This is a party game kind of wavelength-ish. So that was fun. And there's Nathan and Justin. So basically, you're showing that there is like left to right, dirty, clean, tubs to flute, and you're trying to put these. It's cooperative. You're trying to put these words depending on that scale, and then you're hiding how you put it, and then everyone else around the table is trying to figure out how you did. So it's kind of So Clover meets Wavelength. Very interesting. Very fun though. Oh, Shannon's in Ontario? Aw, she's not around? Aw. I know, a Lone Shark's Tangled outfit's so cute. And then, I haven't seen her in such a long time. She works with the Charity Board Gamer. But yeah, it was good to see her. I need to get this plushie Pandulu at some point. And then we got to paint the minis. So it was if you don't know Jamie Dagger, she does like a 4-color challenge. So we got 4 colors and she taught us how to mix. This is my 4 colors that I chose. So she like taught us mixing and stuff. And so that was my color palette. And I used that color palette to paint this guy. And I try to get as much contrast as possible. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to see how different color palettes worked with each other. So, and Jamie Daggers is such a good teacher. Yeah. Eva says, strange how Jamie's class was not sold out since I know Gen Con last year it was sold out quickly. Because I don't know if it was something to do with Origins or not, but they didn't post her schedule as quickly, plus they didn't give her all of her classes, and then it was weird because some of the rooms were messed up. It was kind of weird. Allison, thank you so much for the compliment. Yeah, it's my second mini. My first mini looked like this. I painted at LFG Con, a little pride lion, and then my second mini definitely was different. Definitely had more contrasts, mixing colors and stuff. So, very different mini skill levels, which was weird. But yes, it was. It's hard to organize with Origins and Gamma. So yeah. And then we went to Ascadelia's birthday. There she is, the birthday girl. I bought her a drink. It was a lot of fun. And we came back and played more games with Lone Shark and Taco. Lone Shark and Taco actually went to Ascadelia's. And so did Ammon. And then we all walked back to get more games in. But we lost Ammon at some point. So we played... This is... What is the... That one is a different game. What is that one? That one is you are trying to sneak into a penguin party. Zoo Year's Eve. This game is called Zoo Year's Eve, and there's penguins, and you're trying to get them into the penguin party. Each of the cards have a different thing, kind of like love letter a little bit. What was it? Monkeys have to be in pairs, and they're trying to sneak in. Elephants are not allowed because they're too big. They're also trying to sneak in. And penguins are going in one at a time. So you're kind of bluffing that, like, I will sneak in an elephant by saying it's a penguin. And if no one catches me, it just goes to the party. So it's quite fun. Allison says, I am big lurker. Keep tabs on my board game peeps. I'm a lurker too. No worries at all. So yeah, that one's interesting. Fun bluffing game. And then we played the I Know You Don't Know. Where one person's supposed to know the rules and then tell people if they do or not. It was surprisingly very fun. And I definitely want to teach this to other people. It was free. And then placeholder games, a Lone Shark got a celebrity to come by Campfire. So that was very fun. It was weird because someone wanted to know where he got his shirt, so Alone Shark's trying to find it. I thought it was just a hilarious picture, so I took it. And then these are the handmade mini ribbons that are for your stuffed animals. Which is why I got the craft one for her, so. How do you teach a game that you don't know the rules? You don't. Oh, this is a deduction game where the one person knows the rule and everyone else does not, is trying to deduce what the rule is. So, yeah. Yay, summer break! So happy for summer break. But yeah, there's my panda with my ribbons and the panda's ribbons on it. And Taco was showing me Kebab. I didn't get to play it, but I thought that was very cute how they had it set up for demo. Wet Ink Games, Friends, Good Doggos. There's some more, you know, demoing at the very end. The guy behind Molly House. And then we saw Emily again as we were leaving. And then I got to see Dwayne and Alicia from Black Board Gaming. From our Family Play Games family. So yeah. I know I need to get more ribbons. I do have a lot of ribbons, but yeah. Roland Reggie says double the con coverage. Yes. I will be showing you LFG con after this though. BBG. Yes, Black Board. So these are the keychains that Heather allowed you to make at her booth, which was very nice. And then we had to end it with some Jenny's ice cream. And then I went to Kestrel's because that's where Taco and Lone Shark were staying, and Finkel was there. I got to see Finkel and Kestrel's kitty. Eva says, I almost got Molly House and got a different game. Molly House is good. It's not for everybody, though. And then we played Run Animals Run, which I told you is kind of depressing because your animals will die and go extinct because the encroachment of humans, which is quite funny. But as you can see, the concrete cubes covers up resources that you get for feeding. And there's, you know, the content creators doing content. And there's the kitty hiding under the bed. And the other kitty who's stalking the other kitty. Ohio? Yeah. And surprisingly, me and Heather were on the same flight home because I flew to Austin before flying to LA. So, we got to hang out on the same plane. And, I got to save our seat and we played, a game, multiple games together of, what is this one called? Oh, gosh. I don't think I wrote it down. But y'all know it's that polyomino game. Did I write it down? I don't think I did. Oh, Indian Summer. I did write it down. So, yes, it is Indian Summer. And more. This is us tied completely, which was surprising. And this is me at Austin. This is a fake. Wait, no, this is just Austin. This is the fake terminal, the Infinity Terminal in the station. This was interesting. So on the left is TSA, and then the gate is right across from TSA, and there's TSA agents checking our IDs right at the gate as we're walking onto the plane. I have no clue why. No clue at all. I guess because there's a lot of people switching planes, like transferring, but at the same time, like, if I went through TCA to transfer, how did I change things between the transfer? Anyways, yeah. So I got another, what do you call it? Window seat. So that was my origins in a photo form. And then going backwards, the weekend before I did LFG Con in Burbank. It was a connecting flight, Eva. It was. Yeah. But not everyone was connecting. I don't know if it's a California thing. It was Southwest. But it has nothing to do with Southwest. Because it's TSA for the airport. So who knows? It was very weird. It was like, it's as weird as the time I was in Heathrow, London Heathrow, and I got checked by TSA. We walked literally down the hall where you could see the other TSA checkpoint, and you got checked again. And then you walked another, you know, like, meter or so, and you got checked again. So I got checked within 3 or 4 times, all within a very small area where I could see the other checkpoints. It was very weird. It was very weird. But LFG Con, this is our first year of LFG Con. If you remember, I did do a stream with the organizers, the 3 lovely humans, who owns board game businesses in the area of LA. Yeah. Everyone asks what LFG stands for. So the people that organize says it could be looking for group or let's effing go. It's up to you. So they did not really specify. And then this is the right when you walked in, what you saw on the right hand side is Artist Alley, but you can't really see that. And I feel like it was too tucked away. And then the arch is the actual entrance into the exhibit hall. And then you turn left to go into open gaming. It is whatever you want it to be. That's right, Reggie. That's right. So this is me, LFG Con. They do have like looking for they're looking for gameologist is looking for a teacher. Looking for group is you want to play with others. And then looking for gamers, I guess, is you just need 1 or 2 people. I don't know. But they're kind of short too. They're, you know, letter size. So that's 8.5 inches tall, which is not tall enough really. But yeah. I don't mind, like the Dice Tower does it with like big foam boards, which are very easy to see. But this was not too much, but there was not really that many people, so I like the fact it's able to it seems to be each section is separate. For like, yeah, for open gaming, exhibit hall, but Artist Alley, I felt bad because if they were on the other wall, as you walked in, you would be able to see the artist's prints. Hardly anyone walked to that side of the room because the open gaming was on the other side. You only walked to the excuse me. You only walked to that side of the room if you were going to the panel rooms, but there was no signs that that's the way to the panel rooms. They just had people walking people to the panel rooms, so it was kind of weird. They needed more signs. They had a paint and take, which is where I painted my lion, and then these are some of the booths. Bam Bam Games, where I got my lovely headbands thanks to them, and Zorula Games. And I got everything. Now I got Hermit. Now I have all of their games, which is lovely. They're actually in the area. And then Extra Life had a booth with lots of cool stuff, swag. I did not get to play any of these games, but I think Crabs in Buckets is their big one. And there's me. I was waiting for friends to come, and I had 30 minutes, so I painted a lion. And this is me afterwards. And he was very kind because I was the first paint and take. I got a little D20, and then we have some candle makers. There's John being a content creator, setting it up, and then this is Mo, who also has his own games. And they had little what's it called? You're trying to find things, so you gotta find the meeple, the book in the game library. Wait, go back to John. What? There you go. He's wearing a Bonzinator shirt. But Bonz is not in the chat. What about John, Eva? Mo! Yes, Mo. And that is his lovely partner. Love his partner is so bored. No, she was just helping out. She's not bored. I caught her at a wrong time. Scavenger hunt. That's what I was trying to say. So you're just find the people, find the book, And then you got a pin and an emergency D20. When you needed it, you scratched it off, and whatever number, that was what you rolled. So that was the conquest. I didn't really like the reward for it, but... And there's the lovely arch. It was Cribbage and more. Yes. I was Roland Reggie says, I was wearing a Bond shirt in the video. Did you see I tagged you a minute? No, not yet. I've been really busy trying to fix Gen Con and getting back up to, because I help with the BIPOC Lounge, so I've been busy trying to get all that organized. Because I only have a week or two for SDCC at Gen Con, so that's been taking up. And then I just like unpacked everything today. It's been a week, y'all, since I got back home, and I've been just like running around. Panic! I was panicked. So they had gameologists that would teach you games, and if they didn't know it, they would try to find another gameologist that knew it. So this was the exhibit hall. It was like 2 rows and then exhibitors in the middle as well. I will check it out, of course. Gen Con is lucky to have you help me out. Oh, thank you. Please put a link into the chat if you can, Reggie. Let me know if you can't. I will definitely put the link into the chat for you. And then they had special guests. There's Quan Chai and John DeClaire and Kendall and Scott Rogers there. I tried. There is some lovely humans. And this is Courtney from Kess. I got to teach Quan Chai River of Gold from Office Dog. Really liked it. There's Boz. Look how beautiful she looks. And there's me and Jose and Quan Chai playing game. There is Abtrube. And then we played Colorado because I think Ruel needed to get it played. And now I'm in a game on BGA of it. And then this is Tamagotchi, the game, which was cute. It did have the feel of the Tamagotchi where you're cleaning up poop and, you know, cracking open eggs and they grow up and stuff. So it's quite fun. Very light, but family weight game for sure. There you go, Reggie. It worked, right? For the rest of y'all can see the link. Go check it out. Yep. Yay. Hopefully I'm gonna give you some easy content for future streams. Nice. I would love to work more with you, Reggie. That'd be awesome. Sorpresas! Yes! All the friendos! So yeah, so this is Tamagotchi, where you are drafting cards and then getting that special ability. And getting tokens, and then there's a lot of mini games. So there's like quite a few different mini games that you play against each other to see who wins the icons. So yeah, and then there's the eggs, and then you have to feed them, of course, and of course you have to clean up their poop. And then this is Abtrube with his reward board. If you win, you get to roll the dice and grab a thing. And this is all the fans of Quan Chai. Waiting for a signature. He gave it for free and even made a special poster, which is lovely. Reggie says Colorado is a game I always bring to EverCon. Nice. Very nice. And this is the poster that Quan Chai printed out himself for LFG Con, adjusting a art that he already did, and then he signed it for people, which is very nice of him. It was completely free. Yeah. Manny, I think. Yes. And then Bonds taught us this game, which I was very interested in playing. Really want to play it again. In Tarsha, which is fun. At 4 players. It's a tag, so you can just answer those 8 questions on stream if you want it just for fun. Okay, cool. And then this is LPG, who was our moderator and host for most of the panels. And then some lovely humans. They took over the LA playtest group that Peter had put together with Tate. And some other shirts, looking at their booths. And then they had food trucks every day, but they came at different times, which was weird. So this one was yummy. I got the mini burger sliders with sweet potato fries, so good. And then Grant taught us this game, which is drafting as well. You're also stealing gems from each other and coins, but quite fun. And this is him because he's waiting for Bonds, and Bonds never showed! So we played it. It is called For the Crown. For a Crown. So yeah, that's a fun one if you're interested in drafting a little take that. And then this is Lily and Nathan, some lovely friends. Lily did the art for some of Tate's games. Yeah, it was rotating food trucks, but it was at different times. I don't mind if it's different food trucks, but do it at the same time so I know. Yeah, Bonds was having a conversation with other people and then didn't see her phone. There's Grant and John, Declare, who brought his whole game. There's Shu from Going Analog. There's the lovely humans who put on the whole convention. They had a wonderful dinner for all of the special guests, which was very kind of them. And then right next to registration out in the hall was the First Play LA games. And then Panda Manufacturing gave away these kits. And there is a surprise Corey sighting and Oscar sighting as well. Of course, Corey bring a lot of games that are hard to find. So yeah. And then I got some emotional support chickens to help with Extra Life. And then Tim was there, and this is us on our content creators panel. And then Revolve is the game from the same company and designers as Scout. But it's not in US yet. It's only in Japan. So some of the cool people at cons. I need to go Origins one year. Yes, you do, Reggie. Yes, you do. So yeah, I really want Revolve. There's Jackie, who was also a special guest. And we saw some. These are some of the playtest games. Like they're prototypes. Love to see the diversity of them. And then we had lunch together with some lovely friends. There's Ross Thompson. And then we had the Kogi barbecue truck. And there's John and Jose doing some more content creation stuff. Eva says, I hope your panel went well. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I don't think it was recorded. This is the game designers panel. Which was nice. More masked people at cons than Origins. Yeah. But this is LA, so. And then more of the different games. Ooh. Oh, this is me getting caught by Ross taking a picture of Ready Set Bet. So John was a special guest and did a giant version of Ready Set Bet for the people at the con. I know, he caught me. He's like, I feel a camera on me. That was Open Gaming. So this was Indie Game Night is the name, where independent designers can sell their independently made games. And it started, I think, at Dice Tower West or World Series of Board Games, and then went to PAX Unplugged. Or no, it started at PAX Unplugged, maybe. And now everyone does it, which is lovely. I love seeing all the different indie games that are out there that they're selling directly from, you know, their own self-publishing. And there is Vibes, which I played on stream. Lovely. And then you got to play other games with John and Claire. We went to Grant's show, comedy show, which was a lot of fun. And then we played Excalibur quite a few times. Eva says it's nice they have a table for that. I hope the price is not too expensive for people to have a booth. I don't think it was. I think for Indie Game Night, I don't think they charged anything, but they did charge for booths. And then they had like a after dark game night, with Change My Mind, and the designer of that was the host for Origins Awards, which was funny. And they even had this lovely group of people playing soundtracks for different movies. Oh my gosh, Reggie, what are you doing? Oh no, it's Tate! Tate gifted one to Gator Dave, Roland Reggie, Trombone Dalek, Beyond Dead, and Allison. Oh, Tate, thank you so much for gifting tier 1 subs. 5 different lovely humans. That's so nice of you. I'm gonna be with Tate at San Diego Comic-Con for Sunrise Tournament, demoing his game. So that's lovely. And then me and Tate and a bunch of people, including Sir Bursworth and John and Lorena, got to play Mahjong together with Lily and Nathan. So that was very, very fun. I think Tate, next time you need to be at the indie game night and sell your games directly at the LFG con next year. But yeah, that'd be fun. Eva's not going to Comic Con, I don't think. This is Bonds and Sir Bearsworth like eyeballing each other over whether or not he's gonna have the tokens she needs. It was very funny. It was very funny. I got to play 2 Rooms and a Groove, which is a smaller version of 2 Rooms and a Boom with Jackie. And that was fun. And then got to play some, what is this called? Bomb Busters. I really enjoyed this game. It's a very nice deduction game. I don't think Tate's going to Gen Con as well. I'm going to Gen Con as well, but I don't think Tate is. Yeah. More Excalibur with more fun friends. And then this is First Play LA. And they're playtesting. And then this was interesting. This was a panel on how women feel in the industry, but they did not have any board gamers. They had 1 video gamer, 1 RPG player, and then the rest were all TCG, CCG players. Which I was like, that's weird. So yeah. And then there is Scott Rogers. And okay, so I took a picture because I would love to go to the craft room, but it was so out of the way that I never went to the craft room. And you saw where it was from the outside, but hard to get to from the inside. So it was interesting. And there's my emotional support chickens and a sloth that I got. There is the designer of Cat Lady. And let's go to Japan. There is, but it would be nice to just see a more rounded group on the panel, Eva. Tate says, wait, hold on. No Gen Con for Tate. After San Con, they have Cat Con. And tried to get Cat's Gambit printed. Yes, it's in Pasadena. A con all about cats, which works perfectly for Tate. I know his playmats and mouse pads are very hot commodities because it's all cats. So yeah, I hope that goes well for you. And this is Grant with his father on Father's Day because the con went over Father's Day, so he brought his father with him to play games, which was really nice. And then I learned Key Market from Jose. And me and John and Jose played. While Lily and Nathan played, I think 7 Wonders Duel? No, Azul Duel in the back. Azul Duel. So this is Key Market. And then Scott ran games of Alien, which was nice. And then I taught Hungry Monkey. And we played Moon Cake Master. And we played Play Prop, which was very fun. And this is a friend from LA Ladies Meetup group in LA, which is funny. Kim, I don't think you can bring a cat to the cat con. Although there will be cats at the con, I think. Oh, this is a up-and-coming designer that I carpooled with. And then all of us at the end of the con. And that was the last of the con. So that was LFG Con. and Origins. And that was everything. So now you saw all of my pictures from the cons. Well, not all of them, most of them. Yeah. That is Bid, Tate. That's correct. That is Bid. He play tested some of his games at the con, but didn't get to play much. I did get him into 1 or 2 games though. But yeah. So I love like helping other up and coming designers. Yeah. Thank you, Kima. I know you really loved the slideshows, so so I try to do that more. Yay! But yeah, so that was both LFG Con and Origins. They were back to back, which was kind of hard for me. I do like LFG Con had a much better atmosphere than our normal Strategicon because it's at the Burbank Marriott that has a separate convention center area than the Hilton at LAX, which had like a nice convention area up top, but the open gaming was in the dungeon with really bad AC, and it was very hot and stuffy and bad parking. LFG Con's parking was, you had to pay for it, but I think it was like $18 or something like that for convention goers, which was not bad. But having to pay like the $30-something would have been terrible. I think that LFG Con needed more signs because you had to walk to a different building to get to the RPG rooms and the DCG room, you know, the card room and the panel room, because that's behind registration. I never went to the media room because that was on the 9th floor, and I didn't see the hours of that until an email later. So I was like, okay. Some of the information, I have to say, was all in emails that would come out sporadically for me, and not in pamphlets or in the brochure, and I was like, why? And yeah, so, but LFG for the very first year did a great job. I think they did a great job for their very first year. There's some hiccups. They needed more signage, but other than that, it was not bad, and it was a lot of fun because we got to play a lot of games with friends. And then for Origins, I was surprised how light it was. They had more people than last year, surprisingly to me, but it was definitely smaller than PAX Unplugged. Definitely less people. If you want like a first con experience, that would be probably better than PAX Unplugged, because PAX Unplugged is getting a lot bigger. And Origins is still kind of small, although the open gaming area is a bit small. They could have made that a little bit bigger. And a lot of companies did not go this year because of all the tariffs and stuff. So, but otherwise it's pretty nice, and you do get your meetings if you're a media person or reviewer. It's really nice because there's a lot less going on. You get more like good time, like FaceTime with the marketing people, but there was less companies there. Like, it's a more relaxed con for sure, but there's less people that go there, right? And you get to play more games with people, which is really nice. The food is actually pretty good too, all around and within walking distance. The accommodations is not bad at all. So yeah, I think the only weird thing is that you cannot walk between the top floors. The second floors are like individual. The only way people can walk between them is if you're staff at the convention center. So that's only the weird thing. Also, their maps was weird. They had a map that showed you where everything was, but it was labeled going to Hilton. It really should have just been like, this is the overall map view and how to get to Hilton, because then you know where all the pods are. And I was confused about what pods are and where they were until I saw the map that showed me where to go to Hilton, because that showed me where all the pods were. And I was like, why is it labeled this way? That's so weird. Because I always think you need the big map showing you where everything is, and then you shrunk down and focused in detail on where everything, the individual maps were, right? The individual parts, but yeah. But other than that, there was some confusion on organizations. There was like there wasn't really side rooms for the publishers. There was some marketing meetings. There's one room specifically for marketing meetings for publishers. That's where Asmodee and CGE had their meetings at. Otherwise, it was really nice. You could walk around and stuff. I wanted to film me walking up and down the different aisles, but ran out of time and spoons. So, there was that. So, yeah. They got those secret corridors. They do. They do. Eva says, why do you have a line in the wall behind you? I was like, gonna make a Doctor Who reference. Yes. It's because this is green screen. Thank you for letting me know that. Don't look at that. We don't talk about that. No, we don't. Yes. I'm hoping that I will be able to make it so that it won't look like this. Like, you know, like, it'll be a little bit better. But I have too much stuff I need to get rid of stuff, so. But we don't talk about what's happening behind the scenes. So, thank you everyone who joined us on Twitch and YouTube. Hopefully it did work well. I don't know. YouTube is now telling me there's something wrong. Oh, I see. It'll be fine. I think it's fine. And then I'm gonna go and stop the stream for YouTube, and we will go and raid some friends. Let's do it that way. I'm gonna just end. Thank you to all those who are watching the VOD on YouTube. If you want to chat with me, I do stream Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, Thursdays at 11, Friday at noon for the most part, sometimes 11, and then Sundays at 11. Although I kind of want to move all to noon, so. But thank you everyone, and we're gonna end stream for YouTube. Bye! And now for Twitch, we got 2